Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Outta Savannah. I am super excited. I have a guest here, Thomas Sockwell, and he is going to knock your socks off. We're going to have a great conversation. He's going to tell you a little bit about who he is and what he does and how he can help you. So, Thomas, take it away.
Oh, okay. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Let me start at the very beginning. I remember being a single cell organism. No, I tease.
Love it.
Okay. Um, they say when you're giving speeches, you grab the person's attention, and so that's what I did. You know, I I'm 68 right now, and all I can say is that I'm reaping what I sowed, which was a great garden. It had some rocks in it, but at the same time, there were the rocks were necessary in order for me to bloom, in order to get to where I am right now. I had to clear that that field of rocks which were the difficulties in my life. But there's an old adage that says that when you get to the other side of your difficulties, what is the wisdoms that you have learned?
Yes.
And also, what I want to say too is, this black lady, I don't know, I can't remember what her name was. She said, I would give you nothing for my journey.
Yes. Yes.
And I guess Google
Wasn't
spoke.
that it sounds like a Sojourner Truth statement.
It, yeah, I don't know who it was, but the fact of the matter is, I couldn't appreciate it until now because what it caused me to do is to be grateful for everything,
Yes.
everything, and I, well, I can give you the $5 tour. Anyhow, um,
So tell us a little bit about, how you got to this space where you are. Like
okay,
your life coaching and you have so much wisdom to share because 68 years is a long time to be on this planet. And you have all
right.
the
Well,
experiences
it
that
started in a small town called, well, I shouldn't say it because
you can just say a small town in the United
in
States.
Ohio, let's just put it that way.
That'll
Okay.
work.
And so what had happened, my father was a black businessman. My mother was, of course, a stay-at-home mother, was born and raised in a 16-room house, 32-acre farm. My father owned three or four homes. He had two businesses, and my sisters were put in charm school. My mother was a lynx. My father was a mason, and so we would take vacations. And the most vivid vacation I remember is we went to Washington, D.C. right after John F. Kennedy had died.
Oh wow.
And so we went to go see his grave, but then across the street or close to there in Washington, D.C., um, there was a bed that they had laid Abraham Lincoln on. And so I remember my father, just like black folk, I tell you, he put his hand on the bed to see how soft it was. And my mother said, Tommy, get your hand off that bed. That's my earliest memory. But anyhow, so we were the Huxtables before there was a Huxtables.
I was
Okay.
gonna say it sounds like it.
It was. We had a really good life. And
Rest in peace, Theo.
that's what I just was going to say. Many blessings and peace profound
Yeah.
to uh, him.
His
Exactly.
family, Jesus.
Yes. So, anyhow, in 1965, my father passed away, and that's when the proverbial crap hit the fan.
Ooh,
And
wow.
so my mother then. I was 8, then at 10, because my mother had to take care of those two businesses, 3 homes, um, 3 kids, the dog, the cat. She had a nervous breakdown when I was 10. Okay. And keep in mind this, we're in the mid 60s.
Yes.
Okay. And so she supported us from the business, but the business wasn't doing because even our own people were stealing from her. Our family was jealous of her and just a
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot.
Yeah.
And so as time went along, my mother was in and out of institutions, institutions. So I have two older
Where'd that
sisters.
leave you?
I'm sorry.
Where'd that leave you?
Well, that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
My two older sisters, uh, they had to take care of me. I was a good, kind child, but I was suffering in silence because my buddy, um, my protector, my dad, was gone.
Yeah.
Oh, and so there was a time when I was in school that I thought I was stupid. And because, I wasn't getting any help or anything like that. So I kind of drifted. I played sports and things like that. And I remember fast forwarding a little bit, we had moved into the city. And I remember my sister came home one day from college because she had gone to a prestigious small college in Ohio. And so I remember during that period of time, uh, I remember my father every time he would say, "That's my boy." Oh boy, that would lift me up, right? And so it was always encouraging. So one night my sister came home and she said, because my nickname was Rusty, I used to have red hair. And so so she came home one day and I was in the bedroom and they were out there talking. My sisters were talking. And she said, Rusty will never amount to anything.
Wow.
Exactly. And keep in mind, I was only in junior high school. And, before then, I always heard, "That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy." All right. So, and on top of that, when my father, it was a perfect storm of um, problems. I was in the second grade and I had a teacher that smacked me. And my grades just plummeted from straight A's to uh, D's and F's and C's and things like that. All because I didn't get a word. So she smacked me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that really destroyed my confidence. There was nobody at home supporting me. So fast forward, but what saved me was sports. I used to play football, did track and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I graduated with a 2.0 grade point average, but huh?
I said, wow.
Central State University, I was going to play football there, but they accepted me in. And when they accepted me without a football scholarship, I said, "Well, I'm going to study." And so I started studying. And so my first quarter there was a 3.0, then I got a 3.2. And I said, "Hey, I'm smart." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And because one of the professors tell me that he's never seen a freshman in his class get that high of a grade. And I really needed that. Okay. And so as time went along, I came out of the HBCU, Central State University, and I got hired by Detroit Bank and Trust. So I went to Detroit and hated it because I was assistant branch manager of Detroit Bank and Trust. Hated it. Because my father was a businessman, so his son must be a businessman. right. This wasn't the case at all up until that time because all of my higher scores, when you look at my transcript, the higher scores were in the humanities. And I didn't know that. I should have became a social worker, but that's okay. God had other plans. All
Yeah,
right.
because God knew you wouldn't make no money. And it would probably burn you out.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So my sister, the one that said I'd never amount to anything, ironically, invited me to come out here to California. Okay. And so I was so defeated mentally, I started playing myself small for a period of time.
Right.
And I wouldn't take any jobs where you had to use your mind. Okay. And so I was weighing over 350 pounds at one time.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. That was because of all the things that were eating me.
Probably depression and all types of stuff.
A whole bunch of stuff, right?
Hmm.
And so uh, I've had every diet program you can imagine. And so my weight went up and down, weight up and down, and this, that, and the other. So I got involved with a program called Compulsive Eaters Anonymous program, and I was able to lose 180 pounds.
Wow. Awesome.
And I usually call it I lost a fat jockey. Okay.
You lost a whole person.
Yeah, a whole person.
You did
And
like
then
I did when I got divorced. I lost
okay,
180 pounds.
okay. And so what I okay, so I lost the weight. I got married to a beautiful woman um, from El Salvador, and I'm trying to give you a timeline here because there's some other important things I want to share with you also. Uh, but beautiful lady, we were married for 33 years before she passed away in 2018.
Oh, wow.
I was selling insurance at the time, and one of the white bosses that I had in insurance, made me feel so small because I hadn't healed from that
Trauma.
trauma from the past.
Hmm.
Home one day and I said, Patricia, I feel so stupid. And she looked at me and said, Tommy, now keep in mind, my wife was brilliant. Sincerely, this is not hyperbole. She could read an entire book and remember every single word with understanding.
That's awesome.
Mother was the same way too. And she says, that was stupid for thinking you're stupid. And uh, and I never, it brings tears to my, I never will forget that. Uh, she was like my dad. She believed in me and never once cheated on her, nor did she cheat on me. And I miss her terribly. But one thing I've noticed, and I'm gonna fast forward here, is every person that I have come in contact with, if they are spiritually minded people and they see the God within them, I've always, through God flowing through me, his energy, their lives have always got better. My wife got every single thing that she ever wanted in her life. The only thing that she didn't get was to become a doctor, but she became a head nurse at a hospital out here. And they were always coaxing her to become a doctor. We were going to buy a house. We bought a house in El Salvador so she could go back to become a doctor. But I had a therapist tell me, well, what about you? You know, don't you think you're valuable? And then after that point, the house in El Salvador was out of the picture. So, um, that didn't happen, unfortunately. But I know because I'm very spiritual, I know she knows that wasn't to be. But her life after age 19 until she passed away was so much better. Two brand new homes. We have a daughter at UCLA right now, even though she uses a wheelchair, God blessed her with a great mind. Okay.
Your daughter?
So, yeah, my daughter.
Awesome.
Exactly. So she's beat the odds. Now, where do we go from here? Where we go from here is that a lot of things I have learned because, as you well know, I'm a life coach and also a motivational speaker. And also, I became president of my Rotary Club here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And back in 2014, well, there's one thing I'm not going to share, but because I want to use this on my Facebook page too. Okay, when I feel right, I will share it. But anyhow, let's just say I was in an automobile accident, and they blamed me for it, even though it was my fault. Went to court, and they blamed me for it, even though it was the other person's fault. So we ended up losing everything. 3,000 square foot house. My wife started having strokes. She had diabetes. She started going blind and things like that. I mean, it was horrible, horrible. And then in 2018, she eventually passed away. There was a period of time when I didn't have my daughter. And so once I got my daughter back, I said, "Come on, Kimberly, let's go." I hit the ground running, was able to find, there was a period of time, it was about 8 hours where I was homeless. Um, my in-laws were supposed to take me in, and they acted as if they didn't know me.
Wow.
We don't know you. And I said, wow. But an Asian gentleman, his name is Ken, he gave me $1,600. So I was able to rent at Motel 6 a a room. Okay, had no car, nothing, but that's when gratitude started kicking in because I remember going to Starbucks, crossing my legs, just say, "Thank you, Jesus, I'm free. I'm free. Um, and I'm gonna enjoy my life, whatever comes my way." Next day I get up, start looking for a place to stay, a room, got my daughter. She and I um, were able to stay in that room for about a year. And see, and I want to tell everybody this, when everything starts going badly and and things are not working out, that's when God is telling you it's time for you to go. The lady who we were renting the room from started acting the best way there's a word, but I'm not going to use it. Let's just say she was acting goofy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the biggest fear I had was is because I may be a very nice human being, but I'm not a doormat,
Absolutely.
you
Neither
know?
should you be.
And exactly for what I went through, no. So the fear that I had, we were going to get thrown out. So we were on the bus, and this is how God works. Kimberly and we were riding past the apartment complex that I'm living in right now, called it, And they said, yeah, we have one available. And the money that I was able to save up, uh, and also and this is how God works. My wife was having her Social Security checks come in, and they were piling up, right? So I was able to get to the bank, and I was expecting about $1,000 or something like that. It was $17,000.
Praise God.
Thank you. And so I was able to literally rebuild my life. And
So that was her gift to you.
huh?
That was her gift to you.
Exactly. And so anyhow, exactly. But anyhow, um, it was just my daughter and myself. Now keep in mind, when I was a kid, my mother had to force me to go feed our dog. Our dog would have starved if it wasn't for my mother, right? And somehow I've kept my daughter alive for all these years. Okay.
And how old is she
And
now?
she's 19 now. Okay. And the only thing I could give her was what my parents gave me. I taught her about admitting when you're wrong, say, I'm sorry. Don't explain it away like I'm tired or I was tired and, forgive me and things like that. Just say, I'm sorry and leave it at that. There's several things I talked to her about communication skills. And excuse me, just a minute. Kimberly. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So anyhow, where was I? I lost my train of thought. So anyhow, there was a lot of lessons that I learned as a result. Um, Even though we've found a place to stay, uh, I found out that I had thyroid cancer.
Wow.
And I said, wow. All I could do was just walk through it. Then they found a tumor in my brain, which was a benign tumor, and that causes my leg to shake. That's the reason why I had to take the medication. Um, Damaged my hip, had to have it replaced, um, and so forth and so on. So, and since I'm retired, what I did, I said, well, God, well, it would what caused me to open up the business, which is fliesfarcoaching.com. That's my website. And my email address is FLYSFAR311 at gmail.com. That's F is in Frank, L is in Lucky, Y is in your, S is in Sam, F is in Frank, A is in Apple, R is in Rusty, 311 at gmail.com.
And all of those will be in the show notes. So you don't have to
Okay,
remember it. It's going to be in the show notes. You can click on it.
okay, good. So I've been a master life coach I became a life coach. I practiced for about 9 years, off and on. And then the past 2 years, I became a master life coach. What it is I teach coaches how to coach. And so I find that to be very, very rewarding. Okay. And something else, I found out that I'm very intuitive. Also, I'm a Reiki master. Also, I am able, I'm quite sure there are people out there that know what a Reiki master is. Uh, if
Yes.
you don't get,
This is my audience.
oh, okay, good.
I interview spiritual entrepreneurs.
Oh, okay,
They
good.
know what a Reiki master is.
Oh, okay, good. So I can also speak to the departed. and a whole bunch of other things I can do with that. So I do give readings and things of that nature. What is interesting about all of this, every spiritual person, their life, they have gone through some stuff in
Absolutely.
life, okay? But, and I will tell you this story real quick. The Japanese sword is one of the strongest and sharpest swords that there are in the world. What they do, they heat up a kiln, they put straw in it, and the last content in there is cow dung.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to feel the fire, plus you're going to need to go through some crap as you go through life. That's what makes you strong. So not only do I have the certification, certifications, and things like that, I give you personal experiences. Um, so it's just not me just reading a book and
Right.
getting credit for it, but I'll let you know this is what I went through, or I can really relate to what you're talking about, and people will understand that. And I've learned with NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and that helps me deal with people. Now, I will say that there comes a period of time where you have learned enough and take it out and serve other people. I don't help people, I serve people. Helping people is like feeling sorry for somebody. Serving people is the highest form of service that you can give another human being. So I've always prayed, God, send me people that I can serve.
Yes.
Show me what your will is, and then give me the power to serve those individuals that you to serve your will. And so that's what he's been doing. I found that the learning days were over here recently. After I became president of my Rotary Club, that's when the doors started flying open. More clients, the people I'm meeting. For so many years, I played myself small.
Yes.
Now I'm in rooms with mayors, U.S. senator, U.S. congressmen, uh, meeting all types of persons.
So you get to see the games up close.
Yes, I do. And what I'm finding out now is because of the emotional intelligence, I'm not putting my mental acuity down at all, is a lot higher than a lot of people.
Right.
Okay. And I'm starting to get invited to certain events that before I've been too frightened to go to, but I don't. There was a lady that I was dating. It was a long distance relationship. She was a PhD. And like I said, mentioned to everyone before, is that I was able to serve her in a way that I believe that made her feel better about her life. That's the reason why I deal with men and women over 40, but I prefer to deal with women because I get along better with women because you're willing to really deal with feelings. So that's my niche audience. I deal with people over 40 to teach them about emotional intelligence to overcome conflict in their lives with themselves and with other people. I've had a very good success rate. You go to my Facebook page and you will see the testimonials I have. There's something I'm not saying to you that I'm being guided to say. Look, I'm here on this earth to be of service to God, and that's the bottom line. When it's time for me to take a dirt nap, uh, I'm gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be okay. My wife left this place, this earth plane, she got everything that she wanted, so uh whoever whatever woman comes in into my life at this time, know that you have a honest, decent, caring man. I'm not trying to turn this into a dating site, but
But
it
you
doesn't
never
hide.
know who's going to watch. You never know
You
somebody
never know.
who's going to watch,
Um,
you know?
because what I'm looking for, and because I would have married this woman in a second, but it just never was meant to be. But
Right.
that's the lady with the PhD. Beautiful lady inside and out, but it just never meant to be. But be that as it may, um, God always answers prayers,
Hmm.
usually yes, no, or wait.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in the waiting mode for a lot of different things. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few more things. There's other things I need to add on, which is a wife and another car and things like that. My daughter, I'm so extremely proud of her. As I was saying, she goes to UCLA. There's only one caveat. She has to use a wheelchair because she has spinal bifida. And at UCLA, if you've ever been there before, has a lot of hills there.
Yeah.
And so the place that we were dealing with, I was telling them when she was in high school how great she was doing. So they said, hold on for a second. So they brought out what is called a smart drive. She can attach it to the back of a wheelchair. And, I have an app, and that little girl, she goes everywhere. I see her constantly moving, you know, and she just goes around and she knows how to take mass transit and things like that. So I'm extremely, pleased and proud. I've had some great teachers in my life, spiritual. There was a Cherokee holy man that helped me open up my third eye. He gave me sacred seeds. I passed them out to the Hopis. I've talked to the Navajo. Um, and so I've done Vision Quest
Yeah.
and, huh?
No, I said, yeah.
Yeah. And okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a lot. Oh, something I forgot to mention too. Uh, I I've dealt with obsessive compulsive disorder for years. All these things that I've learned, meditation, Reiki, Tibetan breathing exercises. Um, there's a few other things I'm missing. It was to heal me.
Yes.
But what I've learned is that I can give it away to other people. You can't keep it, you got to give it away to other people. And I'm getting so fulfilled with that.
It's like
You know,
breath.
exactly.
Take when you get them.
Exactly. So,
So we're
you
going
know,
to land this plane. We're going to land this plane.
okay. So we're
So
coming in.
what I want you to do is I want you to complete, what you're talking about now, and then I have a question for you.
Uh, just there's some. I don't guarantee too many things, but I guarantee this. When you deal with me, know that you're going to be respected. Two, the information you give me is confidential. And three, I guarantee that you will come away better as a human being if you're willing. Because everybody that I've come in contact with who are spiritually minded and aware, they always get better. If my wife was here, she would tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and ask your
It
question.
sounds like she was a beautiful person.
Was and is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I ask all my guests this one last question. If there
Okay,
was anything in the world that you could change, what would that be and why?
great. You know, at age 68, to be honest with you, I wouldn't change anything. uh, because all the lessons I've learned have really built me up. I, the next thing I'm going to say, I hate when people say this, but it's true. I have my bad days. Everybody does. Okay. Sometimes I don't feel like dealing with certain people. We're human. So we're spiritual beings. And I know everybody knows the same. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And it ain't easy sometimes.
No.
But as long as you keep on going, which I have done, um, you're going to be all right. And, I'm okay. I got a clean apartment. Well, yeah, clean apartment. I got a great daughter who's doing great things. Age 19, she can be mouthy, but I try to ignore it.
Well, that's what they are at that age.
Exactly. And I got money in the bank. So I've had a good life. I really have a good life. Got great friends. My mother told me if you can count the number of true friends on one hand, consider yourself blessed. I've had some great friends because in order to have a great friend, you have to be a great friend to them.
Yes. Yes. You know, that's what the Bible says, right?
Right.
If you want friends, show yourself friendly.
Oh, okay. So, but changing in the world, I'm doing that. I'm being the change that I want to change. When I
Yeah.
go to Starbucks, hey Tom, how you doing? Or I go to my Rotary meetings. I meet everybody at the door, and the people there, they're school superintendents. A mayor is there. All these big wigs are coming in, and what I so
So your gift has made room for you.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, I'm just trying to be the light because and this adage or this metaphor, when it's the darkest, that's when the light beings appear,
Yes.
more brilliant,
I believe that.
and so what happens though, darkness wants to squash that.
Yeah.
So
That's what
every
God.
day before I leave this room, because I learned the hard way one time, is I have protection prayers that I say every day. Okay. And so that helps me. And there are people that I send Reiki to. And this lady that I knew for 4 years, every once in a while we'll send up a prayer to her and send her Reiki. You know, um, so maybe I'm not going to divulge her name because I want to keep it private. But if you are listening, doctor, you know who I'm talking about. You still in my prayers.
Awesome. That is so powerful. I love that. I love
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
This has been great. It's been
Thank
great.
you
I
very
knew that
much.
it would. And
Okay,
I
thank you.
I truly do appreciate you coming on. And I appreciate the work that you're doing out in the world. Because
Thank you.
we need that.
Yes.
You know, people are hurting.
Yeah,
And I feel like some of the things that you've experienced are the things that are helping you to help other people.
that's it. That's it. And I it's just getting better because I met someone else that's extraordinarily gifted spiritually, and she's helping me a lot with automatic writing.
Yeah, because that's powerful.
It is, and just a whole bunch of other things. So I'm very blessed.
It sounds like God has opened doors for you.
Yeah, for a period of time there, he had me
Chilling.
in a learning phase, and now,
I call it the void.
yeah, the void, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So I'm
I
no longer
recognize
playing
it.
myself small. You know, sometimes I will wake up fearful. Oh my God, do you know who you're going to be talking to today? And come to find out, as long as you know what I say, oh, I gotta add these things. These are really important.
Okay.
Number one, if you're having difficulty with a person, and you see them coming to you, just say, God and I love you underneath your breath. God and I love you. They will do one of two things. Either they will greet you or they will run away, because they feel the spirit. Secondly, it's physically impossible to think two thoughts at exactly the same time. I had to forgive a lot of people for what they had done to me. So when a negative thought comes in, do you know those people that took all this stuff away from me? I hate them. And I catch myself and I say, may they have a life as abundant as I have. May I keep saying it until I start to feel better.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Three, write your feelings down on paper. Our feelings tend to entangle as they flow through our fingertips.
Yes.
Okay. And so these are all things I have done myself. Yeah, I read about it, but I did the work.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
did the work, and I
Yeah.
continue to do the work.
Yes.
Okay. So those are some, it may not, and there's a couple other things, but I'm being told that's enough. But, so get in contact with me and you definitely will enjoy the journey. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. This has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thomas has brought some amazing wisdom and some teaching moments, especially. Make
Mhm.
sure that you are looking at his stuff. He's on Facebook. That's where I met him. And you can check out his website as well. All of the details and the links will be in the description of the video. This video
Uh-huh.
will be on Substack as well as YouTube.
Wow.
So I'm super excited about that. Substack has
Mhm.
been a game changer. Yes.
That's what I got to look into too.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and I believe that it's going to be the future
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a all-in-one platform that, I mean, I got my email list on there.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. So I don't do
Uh-huh.
MailChimp, I do Substack.
Oh,
So all your videos and your whatever you write,
yeah.
you can link it to Facebook, you can link it to YouTube, you can link it to TikTok, wherever you want to link it. And then your stuff
Okay.
will go to those places so that you're not having to put those things in there 50,000 times and taking up all your time. Because once you do it once, then it goes out to those places if you link it up.
That's great
Well, it's like
because,
amazing. You can go live on there, which is awesome and wonderful. Yeah,
okay.
I believe it's the future because TikTok is going away.
Yeah, it eventually go away. Yeah.
September, they say. So they're saying it's going away and it'll come back or whatever, but I don't care anything about that.
To be honest with you, I don't care for TikTok because you have some keyboard warriors on there and they say
Oh
some,
yeah, those people are everywhere. They're
you
so
know,
nasty and negative, but you know what? It used to bother me years ago when I first started, but now I don't even care. Sometimes I'll respond back to them, but a lot of times those things are bots. So it's
or
not
are they? Oh, I
it's
didn't
not
know
even
that.
anything that, yeah, they be bots, and you're like, oh no.
Hmm.
Then like for me, like I go live on TikTok and stuff like that. I don't have a problem shutting people down. Not at
Oh,
all.
good.
I will block and remove so fast. Like, no, you're gonna get up out of here. And the people that watch me are like, don't play with her because she ain't the one.
She ain't the one. Okay.
So I'm like, no, but it used to bother me because people would say stupid stuff like, well, you need Jesus and this and that. And I'm like, listen,
Oh, yeah.
I got Jesus. Apparently you don't. Because the last time I checked, God and Jesus, his son, was love. They are collective. So I was like, so you need to
Well,
take this on somewhere else and go pray.
and see, this is the thing is that anytime somebody does that to me, it's, I usually say the God that I worship is the God of love. Okay. And, everybody has their path.
Yeah,
And when they reincarnate or whatever, maybe that particular religion they had the experience.
could be.
Oh, but my experience, because I still read my scriptures, is something that,
Me too. I've got an Ethiopian Bible right here.
oh, okay. And something in 2018, I promised God, and I kept my promise to read the 91st Psalm or listen to it on YouTube. The 91st Psalm is a
Mhm.
protection prayer.
You should check it out in the Ethiopian Bible. It really is quite interesting.
Okay, I take a look at that then,
Mhm.
So,
It's a little different. It's got all the books that they removed, like the Gospel of Thomas and Enoch and all
oh,
those things.
yeah, because I know, what was it? What was the name of the guy? Um, I probably will think of it as I get off of here. But they changed the Bible so many times.
Yeah. And King
So,
James.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, just to wrap things up, thank you so much, Tammy. I appreciate it. And
You're
as
so
I said to you
welcome.
before, in the world of man's law and above everything else, God's law, there's no such thing as luck and or happenstance. There's a divine reason for why everything happens. Okay.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. I think about it. I said, when you reached out to me, I thought, okay. And then I looked at your stuff. I said, I need him on my show.
Oh, okay.
Come on the show. I was like, I need him on the show. So I'm just grateful that, you accepted my invitation.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on Straight Outta Savannah. This has been a phenomenal show. I'm so grateful that you listened or you watched wherever you did. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe wherever you are listening and watching. Check out the clips as well. I have some clips as well for him. So check those out and make sure that you are following him and check him out. And if you are looking for a life coach, here he is.
Facebook.
We just finished interviewing Thomas Sockwell, and his story was amazing. He's such a great guy. I loved having that conversation with him. So, again, check out his details in the show notes. So, if you want to connect with him, interview him or even work with him as a coach, because he is a very good coach. I've actually worked with him, so that has been something that I can say. Also, make sure that you check out my membership. Remember who the fuck you are. It is a membership where we come together as community. And I'm looking now for founding members, $25 a month for as long as you stay a member, 2 Zoom calls a month, as well as a community where you can go in. I will put things that are going to help you, that are going to, enlighten your life. So again, check that out. I really appreciate that. And check out my stand store where I have lots of free and paid resources. So thank you so much for joining us on Straight Outta Savannah. Bye now.